All right, we're here at my outdoor worm bin, and the last time we were in here, we revisited the banana stalk to see how that was doing, so we'll see if it's almost all the way gone. We also gave a huge feeding with a whole banana, so I want to check on that. And finally, we're going to give a corn cob only feeding to see if these worms will attack it. I've never given a corn cob, and I know they take a while, so I want to see how these worms do with it. So let's go ahead and start digging in, and I know on top we're going to find some of the big stuff like mango seeds and maybe even a kombucha SCOBY, because I had forgotten and I put that on top after we had fed last time. There's a couple worms. So let's go ahead and jump in there. Some avocado shells, and then probably the kombucha SCOBYs, which I think we're seeing right there. Here's another mango shell. And yep, there's the kombucha SCOBY, and it is really, really thin. So they are kind of attacking it on the edges. And then let's see, another mango. And then maybe this is part of the banana stalk, I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and dig in. And I think we're getting to the main part of the feeding that we gave. We gave a lot of stuff in here. We had a whole banana, we had some garden greens in here, strawberries, we had carrot peels and potato peels. There's that other piece of SCOBY. And you know what, I think here is really fibrous. It is probably the rest of that banana stalk that we had in here. And as you can see, they love anything to do with bananas, whether it's banana peels, the banana itself, the banana flour, the banana stalk. We've put it all in here, and these worms love bananas. And let me kind of dig down and see what we've got here. Oh yeah, just oodles and oodles of worms. And it has been 12 days since we were in here last, so they did a really good job with that feeding that we had in here. That was a pretty massive feeding. In fact, it was pretty colorful too. And I don't see any of the main stuff that we put in here. They have really taken it apart. I feel some worms right there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Check that out. Just tons of worms. So they let the castings fall. And I actually took out 5 pounds of castings right before I started this video. So this bin is gonna get an extra dose of bedding, because as you can see, it looks like I could probably take out another 20 pounds of castings. And look at that, they're just all throughout. These are all red wigglers. Like I said, there's about 5,000 of them. And this is in a 20-gallon container. I've got some affiliate links if you want to see what the prices are, but they're just grow bags, just pots that I use out in the garden as well. And I just got commandeered two, and they've got a kind of a one inside the other kind of situation here. And that helps me because I'm in Florida and it rains a lot, so having two kind of helps them not get flooded, but at the same time helps them to release their moisture from all the food that I feed. And look at that. Sorry, when I see that many worms at once, just kind of gets me excited a little bit. All right, let's keep digging around to the sides. And yeah, they are just all over the place. So I'm guessing since all they're gonna get is corn, that they will blast through it pretty quick. Probably a little bit longer than it takes a typical corn cob that I've seen on some other videos like Plant Obsessed and some of the other great channels out there. Let me kind of dig through from bottom to top here. And yeah, they're doing great. Great. And again, like I said, I really need to put a lot more bedding in here. The volume of this is getting lower because I've been taking castings out and they've been making a lot of castings. In order to keep the volume up, I need to keep adding lots of food, and I need to keep adding lots of bedding. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put bedding in here and I'm gonna mix it up. Not something I usually do, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. So in goes a bunch of bedding. And we're gonna just kind of mix this around. Now the moisture level of this bin right now is absolutely perfect. And I find that's almost always the case with this bin, because no matter what I do as far as overloading with food or even putting water on top, the bin itself sheds the right amount of moisture so that the worms are absolutely in perfect conditions here. So there we go. I mean, I put a lot of bedding in here and it barely looks like I put any. But we'll go ahead and set up our regular feeding zone right here. And then I will add more bedding, and then we'll add our corn cob feeding. And this time I'm gonna try and remember to put all the different things I find down here in the bottom. All right, so let's add a ton of bedding. All right, that's about all the bedding that I add out here. So let's go ahead and get our corn. And there we go. Right there is our corn. I did a low country boil, and this is the corn that was left over. So we'll just kind of put it in here so that they have easy access to it. In addition to that corn, I'm going to add some of our normal stuff that we've been adding here, and this is pulverized oats. And I've been adding this to all my feedings and all my other bins. I've got a outdoor worm bin, like this one right here. I've got a tiny worm bin, and I also have a worm tower. And they've been doing really good with these pulverized oats. So I'm going to keep adding more and more and more. And they eat it every time. I never find these left over. And then I always add some used coffee grounds and tea grounds, and this is just another food source for them. And again, the star of the show is going to be those corn cobs. And then finally, I always like to give pulverized eggshells. They're really good for the garden, and the worms use them to grind up their food. They have gizzards similar to what birds have. And then we're going to go ahead and bury this up, and then we're going to do a worm time lapse from all those worms that I pulled out as I was sifting castings. So let's go ahead and bury this up, and then we'll take those worms and put them on top. All right, so here we go. I think this is somewhere around 100 to 200 worms. And we're gonna go ahead and start our worm time lapse right now. Looks like we got a few taking their sweet old time there, but that's okay. I hope everybody's enjoyed the video. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you did. And I hope everybody's having a great day. So happy vermicomposting, everybody. Take care now.